the only 5 exercises you need to eliminate knee pain. After 60, have you ever considered that there might be a single exercise so simple yet so powerful that it could be the key to maintaining your strength, your balance, and even adding years of vitality to your life? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. This exercise isn't a passing trend, doesn't require expensive equipment, and doesn't demand hours at the gym. It is, without exaggeration, the most important movement you can add to your daily routine if you want to reach your 80s, 90s, or even hundreds with energy, independence, and the confidence to live life your way. Now, pause for a moment and reflect with me. How many times have you stood up too quickly and felt your body wobble? How many times have you taken a step and felt like your legs weren't strong enough to support you? If that's ever happened, you know how scary it can be. After 60, a fall isn't just a minor accident. It can completely change your routine, take away your independence, and hurt your self-esteem. But here's the good news. There is a proven, practical, and simple way to drastically reduce that risk. This exercise you're about to learn isn't about pushing limits or lifting heavy weights. It's about reclaiming what time and inactivity have gradually taken away. Strength in the right muscles, full body stability, and the confidence to walk, stand up, or move without fear. In other words, it's about regaining the freedom to do what you want, when you want, without relying on anyone else. And I want you to stay with me until the end, because in addition to learning the full step-by-step of this essential exercise, I'll share an extra tip, a simple detail that's often forgotten, that can multiply your results and turn even the most ordinary daily movements into powerful allies for your longevity. Have you ever felt that knee pain that just doesn't go away? Maybe it's when you get up from a chair, climb stairs, or even just walk for a few minutes. It's as if every step reminds you that your body isn't what it was 20 or 30 years ago. But here's the truth almost no one tells you. Knee pain is not a life sentence of aging. It can be reversed, managed, and even eliminated with the right strategies. A lot of people believe that knee pain is normal after 60. That cartilage wear, the well-known osteoarthritis, is just a result of time. But that's only half the story. Yes, age plays a role, but new research shows that knee pain is much more connected to things we can control, like muscle strength, blood circulation, joint mobility, and even our everyday movement habits. In this video, I'll show you the 5 essential exercises that anyone over 60 should do to relieve knee pain, restore mobility, and walk confidently again. And I'm not talking about complicated gym workouts. I'm talking about simple, safe movements you can do at home, with scientific backing. But before I reveal these exercises, I want you to imagine something with me. Think about Mrs. Helena, 67 years old, a grandmother of 3, active, always took care of the house, and loved walking in the park. But in recent years, knee pain started to limit her daily life. When she came to me, she was almost convinced that the solution would be medication, or even surgery. But instead of talking about scalpels or pills, I said, "Helena, what you need isn't to stop moving. You need to move better. If you think of the knee as a door hinge, it needs 2 things to work well: lubrication and support. Lubrication comes from synovial fluid, which flows inside the joint, but this fluid only moves when you move. And the support? That comes from the muscles. When the muscles around the knee, quads, hamstrings, glutes, are strong, they absorb part of the impact and reduce the pressure on your cartilage. But before I show you the first exercise, I want you to do something for me. Write in the comments which city you're watching this video from. It's amazing to see people from all over Brazil and even other countries supporting each other on this journey to age with more health and movement. Now let's get started with the first exercise. Exercise number 5, the awakening of the quadriceps, the foundation of stability. When we talk about knee pain after 60, there's one muscle that always plays a leading role: the quadriceps. It's located in the front of the thigh and acts as the natural shock absorber that protects the knee from overload. It provides stability when you get out of bed, climb stairs, or walk on uneven ground. Without strong quads, every simple movement becomes a painful challenge. Think of the quadriceps as the steel cable of a bridge. When it's firm, the whole structure stays secure. When it weakens, the bridge creaks, wobbles, and risks collapsing. That's exactly what happens to your knees when your quads can't do their job. And it's not just theory. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Orthopaedic and Sports Physical Therapy showed that seniors who regularly strengthened their quadriceps reduced knee pain by up to 35% in just 6 weeks. It's an extraordinary result because it doesn't rely on expensive medications or surgeries, just discipline and movement. I remember Mr. Jose, 72 years old. He came to me saying, "Doctor, my knees feel like rusty iron. When I try to get up from the couch, I feel like I'm going to collapse." He thought it was simply age, but the real problem was weak quadriceps. At first, every repetition was a struggle, but with patience and consistency, within a few weeks he was standing up firmly without needing to push off the arms of the chair. This exercise is simple, safe, and can be done at home without any expensive equipment. All you need is a rolled-up towel or a small cushion. Sitting or lying on a firm surface, place the towel under your knee, keep your leg straight, and press down against the towel as if you're trying to flatten it. Hold the contraction for 10 seconds, breathing deeply, then slowly relax. Repeat 10 to 15 times on each leg, 2 or 3 times a day. Over time, as you gain confidence, progress to straight leg raises. After contracting the quadriceps, slowly lift your leg a few inches off the ground, keep it straight, hold for a few seconds, and lower it slowly. This small addition speeds up strength gains. What you should never do is rush the movements, because in this exercise, slowness is the key to effectiveness. Also, don't hold your breath. Take a deep inhale before pressing and exhale while holding the contraction. With consistency, this simple habit will return the stability to your knees that you thought was lost forever. Exercise number 4. Step up on the step. Rebuilding strength and confidence with every step. If there's one movement that represents independence after 60, it's stepping up. Think about it. Every time you get on a bus, enter your home, or face a staircase, you're repeating the same movement pattern. And it's precisely at this point that many seniors report pain, weakness, or lack of confidence. Step-ups are the perfect exercise to train your body to perform this motion safely, while strengthening your quads, glutes, and calves at the same time. Science confirms the importance of this exercise. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy showed that seniors who practice step-ups 3 times a week experience significant improvements in balance, reduced knee pain, and, most importantly, a 28% reduction in fall risk in just 10 weeks. Now imagine applying that in your daily life. Stepping up onto a curb without fear, feeling steady when boarding the bus, not needing to hold on to the handrail. That's the power of the step-up. To practice, all you need is a stable step. It could be a stair at home or even a low platform. Place one foot on the step, keep your spine straight, and use the strength of the top leg to lift yourself up, bringing the other foot up to stand fully upright. Then step down slowly and with control. Repeat 10 to 12 times on each leg. The key isn't speed, it's control. Feel your thigh and glute muscles working as you go up and down. If it's hard at first, use lateral support like a handrail or chair. If you want to increase the challenge, hold water bottles in your hands like light dumbbells. This exercise gives back something often lost with age: confidence in movement. When you strengthen your body to go up and down with control, your mind feels safer too. And it's not just your knees that benefit. Your heart, your circulation, and even your breathing improve, because the step-up also offers light cardiovascular conditioning, helping to boost overall endurance. Remember, every step you climb with strength and control is a symbol of your independence being preserved. The step-up isn't just an exercise, it's a workout for life autonomy. Exercise number 3, heel raises, the silent pump that protects your knees. Few people know, but the calves are often called the second heart of the body. That's because they're responsible for pumping blood back up from the legs toward the heart every time you walk, climb stairs, or even just stand. When they become weak, Not only does the knee suffer from overload and instability, but your entire circulatory system is affected. The result? Swelling in the ankles, a heavy feeling in the legs, increased joint stiffness, and even a higher risk of thrombosis. Recent studies published in the Journal of Vascular Medicine showed that seniors who perform daily heel raises reduced their risk of clot formation by up to 60% and also showed improved mobility in the knees and ankles. That means less pain, less stiffness, and more freedom to walk without fear. The exercise is simple and powerful. While standing, hold onto a chair or wall for support. Keep your feet hip-width apart and slowly lift your heels until you're on your tiptoes, firmly contracting your calf muscles. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds at the top, then lower slowly, feeling every part of the movement. Repeat 12 to 15 times in 2 to 3 sets. For beginners, support is essential. For those who feel more confident, you can do the exercise without holding on to anything or even on a step, letting your heels drop slightly below the step to increase the range of motion. To increase difficulty, try doing the exercise one leg at a time. This simple movement creates a ripple of benefits. It improves circulation, reduces swelling, strengthens the ankle, and provides direct support to the knee, because a strong calf keeps the joint more stable during walking. And here's the most important detail. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. 5 minutes a day of heel raises can transform how you walk, climb stairs, and even how you feel at the end of the day. I remember Mrs. Marta, 68 years old, who used to say it felt like her legs were stuck in bags of sand. After 3 weeks of adding this simple exercise, she told me with tears in her eyes, "Doctor, my legs feel lighter. I can even walk with my grandkids without that heaviness." That's the kind of transformation that's truly priceless. Strengthening the calves isn't vanity. It's an investment in circulation, balance, and fall prevention. Each repetition is a reminder to your body that you can still go far with steady steps full of vitality. Exercise number 2, marching in place with knee lifts, mobility and circulation in motion. Imagine your body as a machine that needs to stay in motion to avoid rusting. One of the biggest mistakes I see in seniors with knee pain is the tendency to move less out of fear of pain. But this excessive rest is exactly what speeds up stiffness, loss of strength, and a sense of instability. Marching in place with knee lifts is an exercise that breaks this cycle because it keeps the body active, improves circulation, and strengthens essential muscles without excessive impact. Research published in Arthritis Care and Research has shown that repetitive and controlled movements, like alternating knee lifts, help reduce chronic pain in people with knee osteoarthritis by up to 35% after 8 weeks of consistent practice. This happens because the exercise increases the production of synovial fluid, which lubricates the joints and also activates stabilizing muscles in the hips, abdomen, and thighs. The execution is simple. Stand upright, maintain good posture, and hold onto a chair or wall for support if needed. Lift one knee to a comfortable height, then lower it, and do the same with the other leg, as if you were marching in place. This exercise may seem simple, but it has a deep effect. It improves balance, activates circulation, warms up the muscles, and provides your knees with the lubrication they desperately need. And here's the beauty of marching in place. It doesn't require space, doesn't need equipment, and can be done in your bedroom, living room, or even on your porch. I remember Mr. Claudio, 70 years old, who said he was afraid to go out for walks because his street was full of potholes and he felt unsafe. By adding marching in place with knee lifts to his daily routine, he started regaining confidence. After 2 months, not only had his pain decreased, but he also resumed taking short walks in the park near his home. He proudly told me, "Now I feel like my legs obey me again." That's the core message of this exercise, to give your body back its confidence in movement. Each knee lift is a reminder that you can still walk with strength, that your body can adapt and grow stronger. No matter your age, movement is still the key to vitality. Exercise number 1, modified glute bridge, the forgotten secret for pain-free knees. There's one phrase I hear almost every day in the clinic. "Doctor, my knees can't take it anymore. It's like they aged before I did." And I completely understand. After 60, it's very common to feel the knees heavy, stiff, and painful. But there's one detail almost no one talks about, and it can change everything. Knee pain often doesn't start in the knee. It starts somewhere else. Have you ever considered that the weakness in your glutes, the muscles behind and beside your hips, might be placing a huge burden on your joints? That's right. When those muscles are strong, they act like a natural shield, absorbing impact, stabilizing the hips, and sharing the workload with your knees. But when they're weak, which is very common in people who sit too much or stopped exercising, guess who pays the price? The knees. That's exactly what happened to Mr. Antonio, 68 years old. He told me he avoided even visiting his grandchildren because climbing the stairs at their house was torture. Every step felt like a battle. And the curious thing is, after evaluating him, we discovered the main issue wasn't in his knees, it was in his glutes. He could barely activate them. We started a simple program that included the modified Glute Bridge. Within a few weeks, he was climbing stairs steadily, without that painful expression. And more importantly, he was back playing in the yard with his grandchildren. How it works in practice. The modified Glute Bridge is done lying down, with your feet flat on the ground and your hips rising and lowering. It may seem too simple, but that's exactly what makes it so effective at activating the glutes, muscles that tend to become asleep with age. Imagine this. Your knees are like a door. If the hinges are rusty, the door creaks and doesn't open smoothly. Now, if you oil and reinforce the structure, the door opens lightly, silently, and effortlessly. Strengthening your glutes is like applying that oil. Knee movement flows with much less friction. When doing the modified glute bridge, don't think of it as a difficult, rule-filled exercise. Think of it as a natural movement, almost like your body is relearning how to rise firmly. Just lie on your back, bend your knees, and plant your feet firmly on the floor. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides, ready to support your balance. Then, take a deep breath, contract your glutes, and slowly lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. No rush, just feel the strength emerging. Hold at the top for 2 to 3 seconds, squeezing your glutes as if holding a coin, then lower slowly, with full control of your body. At first, you can do 8 to 10 repetitions in 2 sets, and once you feel more confident, increase to 12 or 15 repetitions in 3 sets. Later, if you want a challenge, try doing it with only one foot on the ground and the other leg extended in the air. Then you'll truly feel the power of this simple exercise. Now, I want to warn you about the most common mistakes I see. The first is lifting the hips too high and arching the lower back, thinking that higher is better. No, it's not about height, it's about activation. Another common mistake is rushing the movement, going up and down quickly as if just trying to get it over with. This exercise requires calm, rhythm, and control. I also see many people just going through the motions without truly contracting the glutes, and that completely ruins the effect. And of course, foot position matters. If your feet are too far apart or too close together, your knees will suffer. Ideally, keep them hip-width apart. Remember Mr. Antonio, the man I mentioned earlier? He was convinced he needed surgery, but after just a few weeks of doing the glute bridge, he noticed his knees didn't creak as much when standing up from a chair. And do you know what the secret was? Consistency. He didn't do anything extraordinary. He just practiced this movement a few times a week calmly and allowed his forgotten muscles to start working again. In addition, this exercise activates the core, the group of abdominal and lower back muscles responsible for stabilizing your body. A strong core reduces the risk of falling and boosts your confidence when walking on uneven ground, climbing stairs, or even carrying grocery bags without the fear of losing your balance. An interesting adaptation for those who have trouble lying on the floor is to do the bridge with your back supported on a firm couch or even the edge of a bed. You lie down, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and lift your hips, just like in the traditional exercise. The difference is that the higher support shortens the range of motion, reducing the initial pressure. This allows even people with more intense pain to practice. And now I want to hear from you. Have you tried including this unique exercise in your daily routine? Have you noticed a difference in your strength, balance, or even confidence when standing up and taking your first steps? For many people over 60, this simple movement has been the key to regaining autonomy and feeling firm, stable, and secure with every step. Your feedback is essential. I read every comment carefully because your stories guide the planning of future videos. I want you to tell me, when practicing this exercise, what was your biggest challenge? Was it maintaining the correct posture, dealing with a lack of balance, or simply building the habit of doing it every day? And tell me this too. Which part of your body do you feel needs the most strengthening so you can reach 100 years of age with vitality? Your legs, which carry all your weight? Your core, which gives you stability in every movement? Or your posture, which supports your independence? Sharing your experience not only helps you stay committed to your own health, but it also inspires the entire community here, people who are pursuing the same goal, to live longer, better, and with dignity. Now, I want you to imagine how this impacts your daily life. Waking up in the morning and getting out of bed without that heaviness in your knees. Climbing stairs with confidence, without needing to grip the handrail in fear. Walking to the bakery or playing with your grandchildren without wondering if your knees can handle it. That's because the posture becomes more aligned, the hips stop tilting forward, and pressure on the lower back is reduced. It's as if your entire body is thanking you for this small daily gesture. That's why each set of glute bridges is like putting money into a health savings account. You build up strength, stability, and confidence, and one day, you'll reap the most valuable dividend of all, living without pain. Now we've reached the fifth and final exercise, and as a bonus, I want to give you one of the most powerful ones, because it doesn't just involve your knees, but your whole body, the adapted aerobic exercise. Walking 20 to 30 minutes a day isn't just about taking steps. It's about visiting a friend without fear of pain, climbing a hill in your neighborhood without stopping every 10 meters, playing with your grandkids in the park without feeling like a prisoner in your own body. Start with 10 minutes, 3 times a week. If you feel confident, gradually increase. The important thing is to keep your body moving. Another valuable tip is to choose an activity you enjoy. There's no use forcing yourself to walk if you find it boring. If you like music, play an upbeat playlist and dance at home for 15 minutes. If you like water, a gentle walk in the pool reduces knee impact and still strengthens your whole body. Here's an analogy I always use. Your knee is like a door hinge. If you leave the door shut and never use it, the hinge rusts, squeaks, and sticks. But if you open and close it every day, it stays lubricated. Aerobic exercise does exactly that for your joints. And to wrap up this exercise, I want to leave a powerful image in your mind. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, waking up in the morning, putting on your shoes, and going out for a light walk. The sun gently warms your face. Your knees no longer creak, your steps are firm, and you feel at least 15 years younger. That's the reality for those who choose to move every day. It's not a miracle. It's not luck. It's discipline and self-love. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these aerobic activities best suits your lifestyle? Walking, biking, dancing, or water aerobics? Share in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. I love seeing our community grow with people from all over the country and the world sharing their experiences. Also, tell us what sparked your curiosity the most. Was it the idea of the chair rise as a movement that symbolizes independence? Was it realizing that small posture adjustments can prevent trips and falls? I read every comment carefully and use your real stories to shape our future videos, always bringing new research, practical strategies, and solutions that make a real difference in your everyday life. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and invite your loved ones to join this growing community. Remember, it's not about being the strongest in the gym. It's about being more mindful with each step. It's about turning a simple exercise into the foundation of your independence. It's about walking with confidence, rising without fear, and celebrating every movement as proof that you can still live with energy, autonomy, and dignity. And you can, and you deserve to, start now.